exec, el Velez, el Velez, el fenómeno que todos quieren ser, el chamaquito que no pueden entender.
How we doing, guys? And welcome to the Exec Talk podcast. I am your host, Velez. What's up? Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you're new. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on all my socials. If you're new, I love you guys. Thank you. All right, so we have reached and arrived at the greatest weekend in motorsports. We have the greatest spectacle in racing, the Indy 500. We have the Super Bowl of F1, the Monaco Grand Prix. And we have the longest NASCAR race ever, the Coke 600. Kyle Larson trying to do the double, trying to do the Indy 500. He's starting 20th or 21st. And then fly to Charlotte to then run in the Coke 600. We have the Monaco Grand Prix with a wrinkle in it, a mandatory pit stop. Mandatory. I think it's a mandatory two-stop race or it's a mandatory pit stop. I think it's a mandatory two-stop race. And that you have to run, I think, different compounds of tire, if I'm not mistaken. And then, you know, we have the Indy 500 with Penske in a scandal. Had to fire Tim Cindric, the president. Guy that's been there for 20 years, Austin Cindric's dad. Because the attenuator, the last part of the car on the back, and they did this last year for the Indy 500 and was found last year, they shaved it off. It's a safety part. It's not a part for aerodynamics. It's a safety part. It's supposed to crush when the car gets hit from the back or hits the wall, and you're not supposed to alter it in any way. Well, they shaved it down, and the aerodynamic gain is absolutely minimal. But when you get found out, it wasn't Newgarden's fault, wasn't Will Power's fault, but they both go to the back. They start 33rd and 32nd. We have Palou in the first three rows, and then Robert Schwartzman, a rookie from Israel, for Team Prema. For Prema? Damn. I think it's Team Prema, the one that came from overseas. For Team Prema, number one qualifier as a rookie first time since 1948, I think, or 68, something like that. Now, just because you get the pole at Indy doesn't mean you even get past turn one. Favorites are Pato Award. Joseph Newgarden's still a favorite just because he can fly through the field. That car's going to be fast. Will Power, same thing. Scott Dixon is on the second row. You got Palou, who's looking for his first oval win as an IndyCar driver and still has 3 championships. And the usual suspects, Marcus Ericsson, Takuma Sato, who's starting on, I believe, the front row, the first 3, if I'm not mistaken. Pato Award, the Ninja. Marco made it in. Andretti, he made it in. He's starting 30th. And the usual suspects, you have your Elio trying to win his 6th. I think he has 5, if I'm not mistaken. He's trying to win this 5th or 6th to extend the record. But I think it's going to come down to Award, Palou. I think Schwartzman's going to have some trouble. I think Larson can win it from 20th, 21st, but at the same time, it's going to be really tough. He isn't a McLaren, though. You look like a guy at Ryan Hunter-Ray, Marcus Ericsson, Felix Rosenquist is a good name to look out for. He's fast. He was fast in qualifying, but it's just the greatest spectacle in racing. It's the greatest 500 miles you'll see. Cars going at 240 miles an hour into turn one, and chaos can ensue. Herta has to start from, he made it into the show after destroying his car. Marcus Armstrong destroyed his car. He made it into the show. Same thing with, I'm trying to remember. Is it Scott Dixon that crashed? I think Scott turned it over too. He was fine. No, it wasn't Scott. Man, I'm trying to remember. There was another guy that put it on its lid, like Herta. Oh, yeah, it was Joseph Newgarden. He put it on his lid, but he also got found out with the thing. So, he would have started in the back anyway unless they would have gotten his car out, but he didn't pass technical inspection because of that. And now a bunch of Penske people got fired. Roger said that it was a mistake at the beginning, and then when he started digging deeper, it looks like there was definitely some foul play. Fired the president, Tim Cindric, fired, a lot of engineers. I mean, pretty cleaned house at Penske, so it's gonna be interesting how they deal with that at the Penske garage. McLaughlin is still in it. Scottie Mack, he's still in it. And then you have, your hometown heroes that want to win it. Your Graham Rahal's, your Marco Andretti's, your Ed Carpenter's, that, always have a shot, because everybody from 1 to 28 historically has had a shot. 28th has won 4 times. They've won from 28th, or twice. But it was the first one ever in 1911 and then 1936. Monaco's going to be great. And then the Coca-Cola 600 is going to be great. It's the longest NASCAR race. It's the one, everybody wants to win. It's one of the jewels of NASCAR. And if Larson finishes both, he'll be like smoke, like Tony Stewart. One of the only drivers to finish both, to finish all 1,100 miles. Other than that, Christopher Bell won the All-Star race at North Wilkesboro by faking out Joey Logano when they were going to pit at the end. Logano basically dominated the race. It's kind of like a short track. It runs very short tracky. It has a lot of lanes, but it's very much a short track. So brakes and all that, but and tires going down because of low tire pressure. But everybody wanted the $1 million, and Christopher Bell for Joe Gibbs won it. On the last caution, basically Christopher Bell and Logano were 1-2. Logano went to the pits. Christopher Bell faked them out on the restart. He kept the lead, and he won. So he takes $1 million home. Really fun weekend. The All-Star race is always fun, especially because it's right before the Coca-Cola 600. It's definitely some beating and banging because it's $1 million on the line. It's a bigger purse than any other race. And you want to win it. You want to be an All-Star race winner. And Joe Gibbs, did it with Christopher Bell, who is very close to being a championship winning driver. He was the last 2 years. And I think that he's just going to continue to try to get that elusive title. He's still young, but, he's been in it long enough that I think he believes that he can do it. Logano dominated just like he did last year. That really started his run towards the championship was at North Wilkesboro at the All-Star race. But, shout out to Christopher Bell. In golf, Scottie Scheffler wins his third major, his first PGA championship. He was up 1 at 9 under, going into the back 9. Rahm was right there. Bryson was right there. But then Bryson kind of fell off. Rahm hit 2 bogeys in a row. And then Scottie hit 2 birdies in a row after hitting a bogey. And Scottie took it home. He took it home. He took his third major. He's at 28 years old. He has to win the Open to get the career Grand Slam, which would be crazy. He's the number one golfer in the world right now, absolutely dominating. If you get him in your group, you're terrified because he's a stoic, not too up, not too down. Showed emotion at the end when he sunk the last putt, but, not the emotion we see from Bryson DeChambeau or any of the really like exciting guys that like to show emotion when they win. Scottie's just a smooth operator, best iron game in the game, really good driving. The putter's working absolutely splendidly. But he has the best irons in the game. He has the best hands in the game. And that's what gets him out of trouble. That's what makes him create shots out of nowhere. The creativity that he has, the execution, the technician, the technique. You can't teach it. It's innate. He's been, he's been a phenom since he was a kid, especially with the coach that he's had that, top Bubba Watson and, a bunch of major winning players. And he has Teddy on the bag, who's Bubba Watson's 15-year caddy. So, he has everything around him to be successful, and he's been successful. It's incredible to see, really. And, I mean, not much you can say, man. Scottie is a one of one. He's the next great one in the line of golfers. And I think it's just beginning. He's 28 years old. He has 20, 30 years of golf in him. And I don't think he's hit his prime yet, even though it might seem like it. He might be a guy that we're looking 10 years down the line. He has 10 majors. He might be one of those. It's certainly looking that way. And he kind of leaves really good golfers in the dust. Like, he leaves Bryson in the dust. He leaves John Rahm in the dust, applies pressure, doesn't get rattled. Even when he hits a bogey, he comes right back with a birdie, like keeps the pressure on. It's incredible to see, and shout out to Scottie Scheffler on his PGA title. Other than that, Fred Warner got paid, and mini camps start here up soon these next few weeks. So we're going to get more news about how people are looking on training camp. Mason Rudolph is still the QB for the Pittsburgh Steelers after this moment, along with Will Howard, who they drafted out of Ohio State. I think that it's looking like it's going to be Mason Rudolph. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is either going to retire or just not come and sign. And if that's the case, I think the Steelers are really, really staring at a losing season. Because the AFC is absolutely just fully loaded with good teams, good quarterback play, and good defense. And just because you have a good defense doesn't mean your offense is going to score, unfortunately. So that's what's going on in the football world as of right now. The baseball world is, when we get to talking about the baseball world, I'm going to really dive into it once the basketball is over, because Judge is having a Judgian type of season again. Ohtani's playing great. Acuna came back yesterday from the ACL. Scoobs is playing great. The Tigers are playing great. Dodgers are playing great. Yankees are playing great. Mets are playing. Soto's not all Soto was supposed to be cracked up to be. He's not playing like the Soto in the Yankees. And I saw that coming. You don't take a guy like that with Aaron Judge and then put him, Lindor. I love Lindor. He's from my island and everything, but the pitching and everything like that, just the atmosphere is just not the same. It's just not the same. Skeens is getting screwed by the Pirates. He should get traded, I think, soon in the next few years, if not this year, because he is absolutely dominant and can't get wins at all because his team does not score runs. Pirates do not score runs. Red Sox are playing good. Royals are still playing okay. Seattle's playing great. You still have the Padres playing good. But it's still, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So we got a long way to go. But other than that, I love you guys. Thank you for all the support. Enjoy the racing this weekend. Absolutely tune in. It's nothing like it. Indy 500, Coke 600, and Monaco Grand Prix. I hope the Monaco Grand Prix gives us excitement. I know qualifying will for sure. But I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Like,